Hello everyone. So this series of lectures is going to be about DBMS, which is Database Management System. In this particular video, we will be learning about the fundamentals of Database Management System, the definitions of data, DBMS, databases, and many other such things which will be helpful in the further lectures or in the further course while discussing. So let's begin. Let's begin by defining the term data. What is a data? Any known fact that can be recorded is called as data. For example, this subject you are studying, it is a known fact, databases, and it can be recorded, so it is called as data. My name is a fact and it can be recorded, it is a data. My age, my address, my phone number, all this is called as data. So let us formally write the definition of data. Known facts that can be recorded. Example, name of a person. Okay. So then we begin by defining the next definition, which is called as databases. Database is a collection of related data with some implicit meaning or some meaning attached to it. For example, if I refer to the collection of the names, addresses and phone numbers of all my neighbors, then it can be called a database because it is a collection of related data and it has some meaning or it has some implicit meaning, so it is called as a database. Okay. And there are many examples of database. For example, in our day-to-day activities, we several do certain things or certain activities which involve interaction with a database. For example, if you buy something from Flipkart, then certain data needs to be updated. Or maybe let us say if we transfer or withdraw funds from the bank, then the funds have to be deducted or added depending on the type of transaction that you did. Or let us say we make an airline or hotel reservation, that also requires interaction with some database. So database are a part of I have formed a big part of our everyday life. So let us write the definition of database. Collection of related data with implicit meaning. The definition of database is more restricted in the sense that it has to represent some aspect of real world or some part of real world which the database represents. For example, if the earlier example that we have taken, that is the names, phone numbers and addresses of all my neighbors, it is a part of real world, it models real world, so it represents mini world, which is the part of the real world. Okay, so a database has to model real world and it cannot be like any random collection of data, cannot be called a database. Okay, so any updation or any event that is occurring in a database, that is occurring in real world, has to be reflected into the database. For example, if I maintain the database that I described earlier, and if some person shifts from from this place to some other place such that he has not remained my neighbor, then it is a change or an event that has occurred in real world, and that change also needs to be reflected into the database. So since he has not remained my neighbor, I will delete that entry from the database. So database form an integral, so database have to depict real world really well. So the part of real world that our database represents is called as mini world or the universe of discourse. Okay, now The databases can be very small, like the one we described, okay, or it can be very large. For example, Amazon.com or Flipkart.com, it contains lots of amounts of data, because there are so much products that they want to sell, so much consumers whose data they need to record, or so much sellers whose data they need to record. So these databases are very huge databases and are not typically stored on one system. They are stored on many systems, and many people take care of the database. Whereas the database of our neighbors, it is a small database. It can easily be accommodated in an Excel sheet, or be written in manually in our books or in registers. So databases can be of varied sizes. The next important point is a database management system. What is database management system? Database management system is a collection of programs that allow us to create and maintain a database. Okay, creation of database and maintaining it over a period of time. That is a very general description of DBMS. And we have if we define it more specifically, then it has 4 major functions, which are defining the database, constructing the database, manipulating and sharing the database. Okay, so I'll write it down here. Facilitates the process of defining, constructing, manipulating, and sharing the database among various users and applications. Okay, so that is the more specific definition of database management system. Okay, what is the meaning of defining the database? Defining the database means specifying the data types, structure and constraints of the data to be stored onto the database. Okay, now we'll be looking at what is a data type, structure and constraints of the data. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so let me rub the upper portion. If you haven't copied, then pause the video, rewind it and then write it. Okay, so what is the meaning of defining the database? Okay, defining means specifying the data type, structure and constraints of the data to be stored in the database. What does that mean is, I hope it is visible, right? Or it isn't? It is visible. Okay, so data type, structure and constraints, what does that mean? Let us say I want to store the information about a student in the database. Okay, so I want to store all this. I want to store student roll number, and I want to store student name, and maybe I want to store the student grade and many other such fields. I want to store them. Okay, in this particular file. Okay, so what is I want the student name to be only a string of characters, and it cannot be a number. Okay, so the student name cannot be like 13, 14. Okay, it has to be a string of characters. So that in this way we are specifying the data type, that is the type of data that we want to store it in the database. Okay, or in the particular attribute that we are specifying. So we are restricting student name to be only of the type string of characters. Okay, so that is specifying the data type. Okay, so let us say his name is Smith. and the grade of the student can only be one from A, B, C, D, E, and it cannot be any other thing. It cannot be either string, or it cannot be either numbers or whatever. So here again we are specifying the data type, that it can only be a character, and that too from only A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so that is specifying the data type of the data that you want to store in the database. Next thing is okay, now let us say what is the structure. Structure means what should be the structure of all the records that we want to store in this particular database. Okay, let us say what should be the structure of this one record that we want to insert. It has to first specify roll number, let us say 19, and grade A. Let us say we also have age. Okay, so let us say 14. Okay, so that is the structure of each record. That is, every record should be of the type 19 Smith A and then 14. That is the structure of each record, right? So the structure of each record also needs to be stored inside the DBMS. Okay, and specifying the structure also comes under defining the database. Okay, and next is specifying the constraints. Constraints means, let us say I want to say that the roll number of the student should be a unique number and it cannot be repeated. If one student has roll number 19, then no other student should have the roll number 19. It means that I have specified the constraint on the database or the data that we want to store, that the value of the roll number should be unique and it cannot be repeated. Okay, so that is specifying the constraints on the data that we want to store in the database. Okay, so that comes under the process of defining the database, that is specifying the data type, structure and constraints of the data that we want to store in the database. Okay, now this definition of the database is stored separately in the DBMS catalog, and that is called as a metadata. Okay, so DBMS will form a catalog in which it will store the structure of each file. Okay, let us say it will store the structure of, let us say it is student file. Okay, so it will make something like this. There is a file called student and it has 4 attributes. Okay, or and it will say, and it may also name the attributes. Okay, or in a separate file it will store the names of the attribute, that is roll number, name, grade, age, and also it will store the constraints on each attribute if it is applied any. Okay, so that is stored separately in the form of a catalog, okay, or dictionary, and that is called as metadata, which is data about data, the data that is about the data that we want to store in the database. Okay, so that is about defining the database. Next comes manipulating the database. Okay, sorry, constructing the database. I maybe rubbed this off by mistake. Okay, so next comes constructing the database. Constructing the database means defining the storage medium on which we want to store the data. Okay, maybe hard disk or something else that is controlled by DBMS. Okay, that means the constructing the database. Next is manipulating the database. So manipulating database means basically operations like querying the database. For example, let us say I want to say that I want to retrieve the roll number of, or I want to retrieve the name of the student whose roll number is 19. Now since there is only one student whose roll number is 19, the database should be able to say that the name of the student is Smith. Okay, so that is called as querying the database to retrieve some information. Okay, so the information that we retrieved is Smith, which is what? The name of the student whose roll number is 19. Okay, so that is about querying the database. Or I may ask about the grade of the student whose name is Smith. So that all comes under querying the database. Also we can update the database. Let us say after 1 year I want to change, all this remains same, I want to change the age of the student to be 15. So that is updating the database. Okay, updating the database to accommodate any changes that has happened. Okay, so that all comes under manipulating, mainly querying and updating. Okay, next is sharing the database. Sharing the databases means sharing the database among various users and various applications. The database may be required by various users who are wanting to use it for their purpose. Okay, and multiple applications also may require to share the database. Okay, so that is the process that are the main functions of the database management system. Okay, defining, constructing, manipulating and sharing the database. So two other functions that additional functions of DBMS are maintaining and protecting the database. I hope you have copied it if you want. Okay, so let me rub it off. The two additional functions are protecting and maintaining the database. Okay, so what is the meaning of protecting the database? One is system protection and other is security protection. Okay, so what is the meaning of protecting the database? One is system protection and one is security protection. System protection means protecting the database against hardware and software crashes. For example, if I am currently doing some updation on the database, okay, and the updation is not complete, and before doing the updation a software fail has occurred or a hardware problem has occurred, then the database management system should be able to recover the database or should be able to bring the database back to the state from where it started. Okay, so before the transaction started, the state in which the database was, it should be able to bring the database back into that state. Okay, so that is about system protection. Security protection means protecting the database against unauthorized accesses. Okay, so we can also grant access of the databases or certain sections of databases to specific users. Okay, we may not want all the users to access the entire database. We may want only specific users to access the entire database. Okay, and we want all the users to access only parts of database which are required for them. Okay, so security protection means protecting the database from unauthorized access. Okay, so that comes under security protection. Maintaining the database means that allowing the database to change or its requirements to change over the time so as to allow the database to evolve, as it has a life cycle of a long period. Okay, so that is maintaining the database. So these are the major functions of database management system, and it is very and DBMS is mostly used to create and maintain a database. Other than that, we can also write application programs and use file processing to access the database and create the database, but then this one is more popular. Okay, so next thing we are going to see is what is the database systems. Okay, so it is database systems. Okay, so database systems means database plus DBMS. Okay, database plus DBMS is combinedly called as database system. Okay, so the book I have referred or I'll be referring is Fundamentals of Database Systems by Navathe. So if you want to read further about it, you can read it in that book. Okay, so this is about the introduction to databases, and in the next video we'll see further topics that I'll be covering. And if you like this video, then don't forget to press the like button down below, and for more such videos kindly subscribe to my channel. It will motivate me more to make more such videos. And thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Okay, bye bye.